it means that you have very good teachers, it means that you have good instructions. And ladies and gentlemen, if you allow me, I want to continue still a little bit the story of the complexity of playing piano. You know, piano is a very interesting instrument because there are only two elements with which you can influence the sound of the piano. And that is, one is the way in which you put the key down of the piano. And the second element is the speed with which you do that. And these two elements, it's like with a computer. You know, computer is only about 0 and 1, and that's endless. And with the piano, it's exactly the same. The diversity with which you can do that, the combination of the way in which you put the key down and the speed with which you do it is endless. But it means that when the young artists play on the piano, they not only have to play the correct note, they have to play it in a way that it has the sound that it needs. Because you make the sound with your finger on the piano. You know, it's different when you play, for instance, a violin. You make the sound with the bow. You know, and you play the notes with the left hand. Or an organ, you know, it's the wind making the sound for you. But on a piano, you always have to do it yourself. You know, I asked this little young man, can you play the left hand louder, the right hand softer? He could do it very well. Well, but that's the way you play it. So, not only you have to study the piece, the music, you have to think, how can I understand it? How can I get it to the audience? But you have to do it also on the piano. And I had, or I still have, happily he's still alive, a good friend who is a doctor psychiatrist. And when he was about 50 years old, he told me, my whole life long, I've wanted to study a little bit piano. And I told him then, go ahead, study piano. And I saw him about 6 months later, and he said, you know, in my whole university study as a doctor psychiatrist, I never had to do such a difficult thing, because not only I have to know what I'm doing, but I have to do it also manually. So when you play the piano, it's a handicraft. It's something that you have to create. And he told me, this is so complex that I really never had to do such a difficult thing in my whole university study. So if I told you at the beginning, I admire every young pianist and every pianist I admire very much, as I admire every musician. But the piano is a really complex instrument. You want to translate something?
I'll try. Banyak banget. Pertama-tama luar biasa ya, permainannya tadi sudah baik, sudah sangat baik ya. Banyak hal yang baik artinya menunjukkan kita banyak guru-guru yang baik, betul ya. Di sini kita bersyukur. Permainan piano itu disambung ceritanya kan, maksudnya kompleksitas daripada piano itu ada dua hal yang pianis seumur hidupnya akan bergumul, adalah sentuhan, betul ya, sentuhan dan kecepatan. Dua itu memang luar biasa. Kalau kita lihat banyak pianis-pianis terkenal, ya, yang dikerjain yang itu tuh, gitu, ya. Jadi mekanisme di belakang pianonya itu jauh lebih kompleks dari yang kita lihat di sini. Makanya kenapa main satu lagu menit butuh berapa bulan?
3 bulan lebih.
3 main 30 menit, kita kalau yang belajar musik harus bisa main 30 menit hafal. Berapa lama? 3 tahun. Betul ya? Waktu 3 tahun selesai sarjana, kita harus memberikan sebuah resita. Ya, jadi mekanisme dan kompleksitas itu kita lain dengan instrumen violin tadi yang disebut, yaitu kita memakai bow itu apa? Bahasa Indonesianya? Ya, tahu ya, alat gesek. Alat gesek, betul ya. Lalu ada lagi tadi organ, dibandingkan dengan organ yang ini bukan organ listrik yang dibayangin ya, organ dari Eropa itu organ yang ada pipa-pipanya gitu ya. Jadi ada mekanisme lain yang membantu suaranya keluar. Pianis semuanya tergantung pada Anda ya tadi sentuhan sedikit saja dari Atalfa ya, Atalfa sedikit berubah saja sudah berubah ya suaranya, betul ya. Nah itu yang dikerjakan seumur hidup dan mekanisme itu yang butuh proses ya. Makin tajam, makin peka, makin ngerti harus bagaimana. Tadi profesor memberikan contoh temannya, semua orang bisa study piano ya. Terus profesornya pintar sekali katanya, seorang fisika. Jiwa, saking pintarnya, dia tahu semua tentang piano, sampai kayu-kayunya, sampai semua cara buatnya. Tapi nggak bisa main. Berbeda dengan kita, kita ini adalah sebuah karya seni. Kita pembuat karya, kita juga karya seninya gitu. Nah itu yang akan memerlukan waktu. Baik.